What is up, everyone? The Oscars are coming up in the next couple days. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Uh, I love doing this, just making my predictions. I'm gonna predict every category, and we'll see how I do. There has been numerous close races this season, so I expect to get a couple wrong, but I'm gonna do my best here. I love doing these Oscar predictions; they're so much fun. Yeah, let's just get started. I'm excited. Let's start backwards with best live action short. I have not seen any of these. Um, I'm predict Here. Let me just say all the nominees. The nominees are An Irish Goodbye, The Red Suitcase, Pupil, I think, Ivalu, and Night Ride. So I'm predicting An Irish Goodbye, based off of word of mouth and what I've been hearing. I think Pupil is the front runner right now, but I think it's supposed to be pretty close, at least according to Gold Derby and other sources. So I'm predicting An Irish Goodbye. It's not, yeah, going with that. Best documentary short nominees are Stranger at the Gate, The Elephant Whispers, How Do You Measure a Year, The Martha Mitchell Effect, and Haul Out. Yet again, I haven't seen any of these. Sorry. I'm predicting Stranger at the Gate because with the subject matter it deals with, I think it's very serious and prevalent. I think, at least from what I've heard, it's typically the thing that wins at these categories, but don't count out the Elephant Whispers. Anyways, best animated short, which I think is the hardest of these short categories to predict. So the nominees are My Year of Dicks, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, Ice Merchants. An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake and I Think I Believe It, The Flying Sailor. There's some interesting titles in this one. I'm going with, this is a tough one. They could go with The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, but a lot of people, I don't know. A lot of people I know who've seen it didn't really like it, but I don't know. The Academy is pretty vast, so I'm predicting My Year of Dicks because it sounds funny, and it will be really funny if that wins. Anyways, moving on to categories I am more familiar with. I've actually seen the movies, so I will be saying each of the nominees. I'll say what I think will win and what I personally want to win. So anyways, let's start with Best International Feature. So the nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina 1985, The Quiet Girl, Close, EO. It's interesting that Decision to Leave is not nominated in this category, even though it's by far the best movie that would have been on here. Anyways, yeah, I don't know why EO is nominated here. That movie I'm not a fan of at all, but I guess my favorite of this category is All Quiet on the Western Front. I did like Argentina 1985, though. I recommend that. It's a good courtroom drama, and yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front, it's nominated for Best Picture. I would not doubt that, yeah, it's going to win 100% in this category. And it is a pretty good movie. Anyways, Best Documentary Feature. The movies are Navalny, Fire of Love, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, All That Breathes, A House Made of Splinters. So, over the past couple weeks, it seems like Navalny is the front runner right now. I just watched it, and I don't know how this doesn't win. It's super relevant. It's about Russia, Putin, and stuff like that. I don't know how that movie doesn't win. I would vote for it personally. I did like Fire of Love a lot. That could also win. That one's very impeccably made. But yeah, I'm predicting Navalny. Who knows? There could be an upset, but I don't believe there will be, personally. Best Animated Feature. This is an easy one. So the nominees are Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, Marcel the Shell with the Shoes On, Turning Red, The Sea Beast. So my favorite in this category is probably Pinocchio, and it will win because it's a sweeper, no question about it. If there's like a number 2 contender, I think it would be Puss in Boots because that movie has overwhelming support, just not on the same level as Pinocchio. I mean, it has Guillermo's name in the title. I don't know how you don't vote for that. Anyways, best visual effects. I guess I'll say the nominees, even though we already know who's going to win. Avatar, The Way of Water, Top Gun Maverick, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It's Avatar. It's the best visual effects I've seen in a very long time, and it will win, obviously. Okay, best sound. So there's Top Gun Maverick, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, Elvis, Batman. Top Gun would be my personal choice. The sound in that movie is crazy, especially seeing that in theaters. Like, it rumbles, and oh, it's so cool. It will win, I think, with All Quiet as a distant number 2. Moving on to best song, there's the song from RRR, Naatu Naatu, Lift Me Up for Black Panther, Hold My Hand for Top Gun, Everything Everywhere's song, This Is Alive, and Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, which I think less than 3 people have seen. It's the new Diane Warren song that's gonna get nominated and never wins. So I think this one's pretty clear, or it should be. It should be Naatu Naatu, which is such a bop. It's so, especially in context of the movie, it's so much fun. I can't wait for them to perform this song live, and I don't know, they should win. Like, it's not like there's no big name attached to it, but I think it's unanimously the favorite among this bunch. And yeah. Best score. So the nominees are Babylon, All Quiet on the Western Front, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Banshees of Inisherin. So I feel like this should be there should be a clear number 1. Like, I'm thinking Babylon is going to win, and it should win. I haven't seen Babylon, but I've seen snippets of the score, and it is pretty amazing. So yeah, I wouldn't bet against Justin Hurwitz, but All Quiet on the Western Front is a big computer, and it does have a good score, don't get me wrong, but it's more closer to winning than I would personally like. So I would predict one of those 2. I think Everything Everywhere, that could get a surprise win. Maybe The Fabelmans, since that's not winning any Oscars. Any other Oscars, at least. So I'm still predicting Babylon, though. Best Production Design. Nominees are Babylon, Elvis, Avatar, All Quiet, The Fabelmans. So Babylon has been winning all season, and I don't see why it wouldn't stop now. Some people may find it hard to see a movie like Babylon winning more than 1 Oscar, for it not being a Best Picture nominee, but I think it's definitely possible, and of the 2 Oscars, it's probably going to win. Production Design is the more likely of the 2. Best Makeup and Hairstyling. Nominees are Elvis, The Whale, All Quiet, Batman, and Black Panther. So this is a tough one. This is the decider that made me choose who is winning Best Actor. So the best actor and actress pairing with Best Makeup and Hairstyling, the correlation for a movie winning both is pretty high. So I'm predicting Elvis, because Elvis has been doing really good in the makeup guilds. Whereas The Whale has not been as much. Um, so I think it's a close race. Personally, I would probably pick The Batman or All Quiet as my favorite makeup and hairstyling work done, but I'm predicting Elvis because I think it's also going to win Best Actor. Spoilers. Best Film Editing. The nominees are Everything Everywhere All at Once, Top Gun Maverick, Elvis, Tar, Banshees. Um, I think this is a little tough, but my gut is telling me Everything Everywhere is going to win Best Editing. Despite me saying Top Gun is winning Best Sound, I'm not super confident in it winning editing. It very well could, but I'm giving Everything Everywhere the edge because it's such a strong contender, and the editing is like one of the biggest standouts of the movie. I would vote for Everything Everywhere too. Oh, I forgot to say which. So for score, I would probably my personal favorite for score would be, I guess, Everything Everywhere because I haven't listened to the entirety of Babylon. For best production, my favorite would be, I guess, All Quiet on the Western Front. And yeah, okay. I just wanted to. I think I forgot to mention that my personal picks. So best costume design: Elvis, Black Panther, Everything Everywhere, Babylon, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Okay. So I'm pretty sure this is going to Elvis. My personal pick would probably be Everything Everywhere. Just the more I think about it, like there's actually a lot of costumes in that movie, and they're really fun. But Elvis, I wouldn't be too upset if that wins. Black Panther also had some pretty good costumes. Anyways, moving on to Best Cinematography, which is an interesting category this year. Our nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Elvis, Tar, Bardo, Empire of Light. So, personally, Bardo is by far my favorite. I think it's probably the best cinematography of the year. It's a gorgeous looking movie, but it's not going to win. There's no momentum surrounding it, unfortunately. I think this is probably All Quiet on the Western Front's to lose, but I would look out for Elvis and maybe Tar. Tar would be my number two. I think that the cinematography in Tar is really clever. Best Original Screenplay. Our nominees: Everything Everywhere, Banshees of Inisherin, Tar, Triangle of Sadness, The Fabelmans. This is a really strong category this year. I think they're all very deserving of a nomination, and it's tough to pick a favorite. I think my favorite screenplay is probably Tar or Banshees, but it's kind of hard to deny the originality of Everything Everywhere. It's wacky, and I think Everything Everywhere will prevail here. But I wouldn't be surprised if Banshees won too, just to honor Martin McDonagh for another excellent screenplay. Next, Best Adapted Screenplay. This category is not as strong this year, personally. So the nominees are Women Talking, All Quiet, Top Gun, Glass Onion, and Living. My personal pick is definitely Women Talking, which is a really well-written film. I'm also predicting it to win. All Quiet on the Western Front could win. It better not win over Women Talking, but who knows? It's another race that's closer than I'd like, but I'm not going to bet against Women Talking because that's like the only real screenplay movie, per se, I think, on this list. Next, probably the easiest race of the night is Best Supporting Actor. The nominees being Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Barry Keoghan for Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans, and Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway. So this is Ke Huy Quan. He hasn't swept, but he's won basically everything. Barry Keoghan won the BAFTA, but I think that's an anomaly. I don't think it's going to translate because Ke Kwan, just the passion behind that win is just through the roof. So I think everyone wants to see his speech for the Oscars, so I wouldn't bet against him. Okay. Best Supporting Actress. Now it's one of the hardest races of the night. It can go to basically anyone. Well, three people, essentially. So the nominees are I got Barry Keoghan's name stuck in my head. Sorry. Carrie Condon for Banshees of Inisherin. Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere. Angela Bassett for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Stephanie Hsu for Everything Everywhere. And Hong Chow for The Whale. So a lot of good choices here. Angela Bassett was doing really good in the beginning, but she fell off. She didn't win SAG. She didn't win BAFTA. I don't see that win happening now. I'm more confident in Carrie Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis recently won SAG, and Condon won BAFTA and a lot of smaller critics group stuff. My personal pick would be Carrie Condon. Oh, for Best Supporting Actor, my personal pick would also be Ke Huy Quan, by the way. I just wanted to clarify that. So my brain is telling me Jamie Lee Curtis is going to win. I just have a bad feeling that's going to happen. I mean, she's good in it, but I don't think... I personally wouldn't pick her for the win, per se, but I'm going to predict Carrie Condon anyways. I think it's fair game. It would be cool if Stephanie Hsu would win, but that's not going to happen. She would be my number 2, I think. Anyways, let's move on. Best Actor. So nominees are Austin Butler, Elvis, Brendan Fraser, The Whale, Colin Farrell, The Banshees of Inisherin, Paul Mescal, Aftersun, and Bill Nighy, Living. I have a feeling Austin Butler is going to win this because I think he's stronger for the Best Makeup and Hairstyling Oscar, which has a strong correlation with the Best Actor or Actress nominee. But there's a lot. I think there's more momentum for Brendan Fraser, so it's super, super close. But I'm giving the edge to Austin Butler. My personal pick would be Colin Farrell. Honestly, it would be so cool to see him win. I also really like Paul Mescal in Aftersun. He's very underrated. Austin Butler, he would be my 4th choice personally, but I just have a feeling he's going to win. So I would be super happy to see Brendan Fraser or anyone else win. Anyways, Best Actress, the nominees are Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Cate Blanchett, Tar, Andrea Riseborough, To Leslie, Michelle Williams, The Fabelmans, and Ana de Armas for Blonde. So Blonde is a terrible movie, but she is pretty good in it, so I'm not upset about that nomination. Let's see. This is super, super close between Michelle Yeoh and Cate Blanchett. My favorite performance of these is probably Cate Blanchett. I think she gives the best performance of the year, period. But Michelle Yeoh is really good in Everything Everywhere, and I think the momentum for her is ever slightly higher. And I'm predicting Michelle Yeoh. It's super, super close. You can go any direction there. So we'll see if I get that right. Okay, now on to the last 2 categories, which are pretty easy. Best Director. The nominees are Daniel Kwan and Daniel Schneider, Steven Spielberg, the Daniels for Everything Everywhere, and Spielberg for Fabelmans, Todd Field for Tar, Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin, and Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness, which is an awesome nomination. My personal pick might be... I was going to say Todd Field, but I mean, it's the Daniels. Their direction is so off the walls while also having so much heart. It's the most insane and fun directorial achievement of the year, and I can't wait to see them win because they swept everything. They've been sweeping everything lately, so I would not bet against them. All right. Oh my gosh, this video is going to be so long. Anyways, last category. The nominees for Best Picture. Everything Everywhere, All Quiet, Banshees, Top Gun, Tar, Fabelmans, Elvis, Avatar, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. My personal pick for Best Picture would be probably Everything Everywhere. If not Everything Everywhere, it would be Tar. But Everything Everywhere All at Once is going to win Best Picture. It won just about everything. It won PGA, won DGA, WGA, Critics' Choice. Yeah, I think the only film that might have a chance at this point is probably All Quiet on the Western Front, which got a lot of BAFTA love, but I don't think that love is going to translate as much here at the Oscars. So, and I guess number 3 would be Banshees or Top Gun, because Top Gun could do really well at the preferential ballot, but the PGA used the preferential ballot, and that picked Everything Everywhere. So the Oscars are a much larger body, but I would not predict against Everything Everywhere. It's a monster. Its momentum is not dying. It's only growing, and yeah. Anyways, that's my predictions. I'm definitely gonna get a couple wrong. I'm sure. Yeah, I have fun doing these. Do some next year, and yeah, have a good one.